Assalamu alaikum, ladies, and welcome to our podcast, Big Sis Spills the Tea, where we keep it real and give your aunties something to talk about. My name is Anisa. I'm the founder of Covered Marketplace.
And I'm Mariam. I am the social media manager at Covered Marketplace.
So today we want to talk a little bit about being faceless online and what that means to us and how other people perceive it. So I think we can start about speaking more about what does being faceless online mean to us and why did we choose to be faceless online?
Okay, so I think the main thing would be religion and modesty for me, because the base of it is that it helps me keep my intentions pure. I know I can be modest while showing my face as well. But if you're getting into say, as an influencer and brand deals and stuff, there's no end to it because right now I'm faceless, so I have a limit.
You have full control.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I also have a limit. I get a lot of brand deals for, makeup brands, skincare brands and stuff. So if I were to show my face, maybe I would have taken them. But then, there, because then that limit isn't there. But right now, I can't take them. And with makeup and stuff, I think that gets a little bit into another territory.
Yeah.
It just helps me keep that,
Yeah. Keep to those values that you have.
Agree.
Yeah. Even for me, I think the foundation is the Islamic values. Because I don't want to be seen online just for how I look. I want Covered Marketplace and my whole persona online to be more about the person I am, the values I have, rather than how I look and how I portray myself online physically, So yeah, and
I think when it comes to that, when you are faceless and you have a message that you want to get across, for me, for example, it's more about, women should learn, women should step out of their comfort zone. It's really important for them, career and things like that, right? So if I were to show my face, right, I think very easily, if I went into even without realizing it, if I went to beautification for views, it would, put my purpose at the back burner.
Yeah.
And then
exactly.
it's addictive as well.
Yeah, it really is. And I think actually being faceless does give us more control.
Yeah.
Because no one can screenshot us and put our faces everywhere.
Yeah.
And nowadays with the AI, you just don't know what people can do.
That's a whole other aspect of it,
Exactly,
privacy as well,
Exactly. It does allow us to be more private. Even for me, privacy is a big aspect of it. Because actually, I don't know if I've mentioned it before, but Covered Marketplace and the Covered Edit are pages that I've created only a year and a half ago. And to be honest, the people that knew me before 2024, around that time, don't even know that I'm doing this.
Yeah.
So it gives me that full freedom of being my true self and giving me that privacy, that security aspect.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And also when it comes back to Islamic values, it helps me as well that when it comes to a lot of religious figures that you see, businesswomen, etc.
Yeah.
In the Prophet's time,
Exactly.
Khadija Rasulallah was the biggest example for us. She did not use her face for impact.
Exactly.
But look at the impact she had.
Yeah, it's amazing.
So it is harder. I would say 100% every single day I feel that, oh my God, it's so hard. But, if you know that, you can do it and you don't know how, I would say I don't really know exactly how I will without, showing my face, because that's the purpose of Covered Marketplace as well.
Exactly.
We want to build that space. But it's
be
not
inclusive,
there right now.
Being faceless doesn't limit you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if, say, inshallah, when we become bigger, we want
Yeah,
to give that
inshallah.
opportunity to faceless
Faceless
creators as well.
creators, yeah, to have like those similar opportunities, but in that environment that aligns with our values.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Um, and I guess, do you feel like limited in being a faceless creator? Or
I think for sure, like, like I said, it's much harder. If I
yeah,
was showing my face, like my views aren't as much. Like I had someone ask me, like, oh, like I follow you for a long time, your content is great,
yeah,
but you don't get as much like views and engagement. Why is that? That's because I don't show my face,
yeah,
firstly. And
yeah.
secondly, it's not just about that. It's also about music. I don't use any
Exactly. You're
trendy
not using the
audios.
trending
Yeah,
audios. And
exactly.
sometimes, even if you use the vocals, the
Yeah,
beat is what makes the trend. And you
exactly.
can't use the vocals because it doesn't
Yeah.
give the same vibe.
Yeah, so there's definitely limitations, and you know that. And even with brand sponsorships and things like that,
Yeah.
even when it doesn't have to do, if it's like, say, food stuff, even, it doesn't have to do anything with the face.
Yeah.
But with the food industry, there's a lot more opportunities. But
Yeah.
when it comes to, like, say, fashion stuff, people want you to show your face. And it's also like a lot easier to make content when you're showing your face. So you have to get.
Your content's been popping up with the the matcha brand we've
Oh,
been working with on ads.
really?
Yeah.
Really? Oh, okay.
And like the content's amazing.
Oh, thank you so
Yeah.
much.
And like you don't need to show your face.
Yeah.
And doesn't it feel so much better that knowing that people are working with you because of your brain rather than the way you look?
Yeah,
And
that's
because
true.
of your purpose, it feels so much more empowering, if
Yeah.
you want to say.
And
Yeah.
then in that sense, like, when you think of that, I know it's just, my work.
Yeah.
It's like your skills and your work. And I feel like, yeah, they like my work.
Yeah,
They don't like
exactly.
that.
Yeah. They don't want you to have you there just for your face, which it has become like that in social media recently.
yeah.
Yeah, like when people pay influencers like such a big amount just to associate their face with a brand.
I mean, that is what it is. Like
Yeah.
influencer marketing, it's
But to be
huge
honest,
part.
it's changing now.
Yeah.
It's like now, if you have a face associated with a brand, and sometimes that face doesn't even align with the brand, but
Yeah.
because they get a lot of reach,
Yeah.
the brand wants them.
Yeah.
And
I know
I
this
think now
brand.
people are seeing that more.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I know this brand as well. It's I don't want to mention,
Yeah.
but they recently had like a collaboration, or I don't know what you would call it, but it wasn't even a collaboration because that woman has
Yeah.
nothing to do with their brand.
Exactly. Yeah.
But it's just like, they had like a huge yacht party and they paid her thousands.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, like, when it was like a company that I was working with, but I was thinking to myself, like, if I were to like show my face and stuff, this is like where it's like insane, like the amount
Yeah.
of money and stuff they're paying her. But then
Exactly,
I was like,
yeah.
but what's the purpose? Like,
Yeah.
what's the purpose?
And to be
is-
honest, these brands, if you look at it now, they might get like a one-time like sale increase, but it will be one time.
Yeah.
And I think even with Covered Marketplace, what I've noticed is we're building a community and we're building like real connections, and it's more sustainable, I think, when you have a rooted foundation and not just a one-time association.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it makes such a bigger impact, and it might take longer. Even like, for example, even with being faceless, like might take longer, but it's more meaningful.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
agree
yeah.
100%.
Yeah. So, how do people react to us being faceless? I guess there's not really much of a reaction. But
Yeah.
sometimes when I show people my accounts, they just make like a comment, "Oh, you don't show your face."
Really?
Yeah.
Honestly, for me, I don't think people realize that I'm not showing my face. I've
Yeah.
noticed that because whenever I go to, like, Alhamdulillah, I still do go to events and stuff. I
Yeah,
still
yeah.
do get invited, right? So people know my page in those events.
Yeah.
But they don't always recognize me. And then if I go and approach them because I've
Yeah.
talked to them, they're like, "Oh, you are that." So they're like, "I didn't realize that I've never seen your face." And I think that's really nice as well, because that means like when I talked to them, they knew my personality, you know? Like as soon as I spoke to them, they knew who I am from my page.
Like you can say I worked with this brand and this brand, and be like, oh, that's you.
Yeah, and like from my stories, I think like that's the biggest thing. I don't know, I post a lot of stories.
Yeah,
maybe. But so I think there is like this refreshing aspect to it as well.
Yeah, definitely. Do you think being faceless limits our creativity? Because I don't think it does. I think it makes us more creative because we have to think outside the box.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's a lot, like, I don't know if it just comes from that perspective of not showing my face, but I think it's a lot easier to just make content when you're showing your face.
That's when you aren't showing your face.
It's easier when you are showing your face.
Oh, okay.
So when you aren't showing your face, I think like you have to be a lot more creative.
Yeah.
And then I think the biggest thing is like, you know, these days with content, you need to have visual hooks and you have to have audio hooks, etc. So doing those are a lot more.
Yeah, that is true, because like I've used mannequins and things like that for fashion content, and people actually really like it.
Yeah.
And but another good thing about being faceless is like not worrying about how you look.
Yeah.
Because I think if I wasn't faceless, I would keep looking at my facial expressions and I wouldn't like certain angles, and then you'd have to take it so many more times.
Yeah, exactly. That's true. I don't have to take a lot of takes for my content.
Yeah, exactly. You just have to do like one take, and then we're usually like, it's fine because we're not going to see that part. So it's easier to edit, and takes less time, I guess. But yeah, I remember even in the event, Beza was speaking about how she went faceless for a while, and more for like security reasons, I think. Because there were people
imitating her.
Imitating her, that's the right word. Imitating her on certain sites. So like to protect her security, she went faceless for a while, but she did notice that a lot of the big brands that she was working with before, like Nike, for example, I think was one of them, or Puma, or something like that. I remember it was a sports brand. They cut partnerships with her.
That happens a lot.
And those brands were like the bigger ones that she was working with.
I think when you're faceless, like you do get limited a lot to local brands.
Yeah,
and I think she spoke about that as well.
Yeah,
that's
she spoke
definitely
about that in the...
that I do think when you're faceless, there's a limitation to the kind of brand deals and sponsorships you can get in the current market. But again,
that's why we've created
exactly. So that's the whole point. That's the whole point, because that thing is not there right now, and I think it's a lot that their face means credibility right now.
And alhamdulillah, like right now we're actually building a lot of connections with brands, different people that have connections, you know. So inshallah, we are working on building Covered Marketplace as a like a wider community and a wider movement for creators as well as brands, as well as consumers.
And when you have that, like, you know, as Covered Marketplace, for example, when we make that relationship with brands, we're not just doing it as like a one-time collaboration, right? So they will trust us, and when we're the ones to bring that space to them, it's going to be a lot more credible when we tell brands, you know, like we have these faceless creators,
and I don't think anyone's done it before. And there's such a big community of us, so faceless creators.
I've met so
many and or so many people that are even thinking about being a faceless creator but haven't taken the step. But with Covered Marketplace, we can provide them that security and that sense of being part of something that aligns with their principles.
Yeah.
So yeah, alhamdulillah for that. So, Mariam, do you see yourself ever stepping into the spotlight? So, for example, not being faceless, or is being faceless like part of your long-term identity?
I think on social media, for sure, I do not plan on showing my face, inshallah, and I hope that that never changes because of worldly reasons.
Inshallah.
Inshallah. But when it comes to, for something of purpose, like if it comes to, like a stage talk or something like that, like a panel talk, etc., then I don't mind. Obviously, it depends on where it is as well, what the environment is like, because then you can't control who puts you on social media.
Yeah.
So I haven't really thought about it as much, like would I wear a niqab in that
Yeah.
in that circumstance, but that's not like, like I'm not a niqabi right now. So
So sometimes it feels like you're, what's the word? It's like if you're not a niqabi and you
Yeah.
try to be,
yeah, exactly.
it doesn't feel like
That's-
you're being true to yourself.
Exactly,
doesn't it?
yeah. That's the only thing that I think, like, okay, just wearing niqab is a one-time thing. Would that be, morally
Yeah,
right?
exactly. Yeah, I always think about that as well.
But I think, yeah, when it comes to like, showing my face for a purpose, it's like when it comes to talking to someone and stuff, it's not like I don't hide my face,
Yeah, exactly.
right? So it's
But the
similar
thing is,
to
a
that.
lot of the time with panel talks and stage events or social settings like that, there is content that's made.
Yeah,
Either.
yeah,
So
exactly.
that
And then you
part
can't
of
really
it-
control because I would
Yeah,
be
that part
tagged.
you can't control it. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know what I would do in that situation yet, but when it comes to just social media, for sure, inshallah, I do not plan
Not
on
on
it.
your own
Yeah,
page.
yeah,
Yeah. Even for me, like I don't think on my own page, but um the same sort of thing actually. I think if I was to ever like speak on stage or be involved in a panel talk or in some social setting where I had to be seen, I wouldn't mind because it would be for a bigger purpose. We were speaking about this earlier actually, about there are women that teach about deen that do show their faces online, but
Yes.
it's for a purpose. They're doing it for
Yeah.
a good reason, and not just for like beautification
Yeah.
purposes. And I think it all goes back to the intention.
Yeah. And their space is very different.
Yeah.
So, as like someone who's working with brands and stuff,
Yeah.
my space is very different. My audience is very
Yeah,
different,
exactly. Yeah. So yeah, it always goes back to the intention, the purpose behind it.
So let's get into our quick fire round, as always. So I'm gonna be asking Anissa today. So you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right. Pineapple on pizza, yes or no?
Yes.
If you had a superpower for one day, what would it be?
Being invisible.
Cats or dogs?
Cats, as I have one.
First app you open in the morning.
Say WhatsApp.
Okay.
I'm
favorite,
old.
favorite emoji you overuse.
I don't know. I use the heart, the red heart,
Oh, okay.
sharing love.
One food you could eat every day and not get bored.
Oh my god, I like all food. Let's say samosas.
Oh, wow. Okay. If you had to live
There's so many, but I'm just
Yeah.
choosing one.
if you had to live in one city forever, which one?
That's hard because I think I haven't really found my city yet.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
Okay. So we can leave
for
that
now, alhamdulillah, Dubai is fine.
then. Tea, coffee, or hot chocolate?
Coffee.
Okay. If you were a color, what color would you be?
Lilac. because it's not purple, but it's a variation.
All right, that's it. Thank you so much for tuning into today's episode of Big Sis Spills the Tea. We hope you enjoyed our discussions, giving more insights on being faceless online, the challenges we've faced, and the bigger vision we're working towards. If this resonated with you, don't forget to follow us on Instagram at Covered Marketplace. You can also check out our website at www.coveredmarketplace.com to explore the brands and communities we're building together. And of course, we'd love to hear from you, so share your thoughts, tag us, or drop us a message with what you'd like to hear in the next episode. Until then, that's it from your big sis. See you next time, inshallah. Bye.